Hello my fellow YouTubers, this is Anime Girl 03 here, and I'm coming at you because I wanted to do my top 5 anime reviews. And if you don't know what a review is, well, you should know because it's all around YouTube. But I just want to do it, and I just want to do it. Because I have been looking at some anime for the past few days or months, and there are some good anime and there are some bad anime, but my review is not going to be whether it's good or bad. It's the kind of anime that I done experienced and my reaction over it. And to be honest, if you have seen this anime that I'm finna review is, spoiler alert, so if you haven't seen it, then you might don't want to look at this video, so just saying. But okay. Well, if you guessed it right, here's my top 5 anime reviews. And the countdown with the number 5, I've been looking at this anime for about like a month or two, and I really don't need to look at this anime, but it makes me like so excited about it. But if you hear anime that talk about heaven, hell, and fallen angels, that really makes you like, should I still need to be watching this, or do I not need to be watching this? But if you guessed this anime right, I'm talking about High School DxD. I mean, this anime is like kind of cool to me at the same time, but then I just don't get the whole thing. I mean, it starts as this boy named Issei, and he's pretty much, him and his friends want to have a freaking girlfriend, but they want to have it at the same time. So automatically, this girl just randomly just come up to him talking about like, oh, can I be your freaking girlfriend? And he's like, oh heck yeah. I'm like, come on man. But yeah, so he was like, come on man, yeah. So he was like all excited when I got to school, started talking to his friends, and they was like, what the freak man, you get a girlfriend for we did? So I was like, okay, it's an interesting anime. Until on I think they first date. I think that was about like the second episode if I'm not mistaken. She kills him, so she turned out to be a freaking fallen angel and kills him. So he thought about this girl with the red hair named Rias, and she's actually a devil. Well, actually the devil's sister, pretty much. Why I look at this anime, I don't know. It just interested me. Until she started talking about that heaven, hell, and fallen angels. I was like, I might not need to look at this anime or whatever. But yeah, that's how pretty much like the storyline goes. I mean, I'm still watching it or whatever, but how, my review on it so far, how far I just went into it, it's like something that you don't need to look at, but it's kind of crazy. But the boy has the powers to take off girls' clothes, for God's sakes. Like, come on, like, any other power, he has that power. And the thing about Rias is, like, each power that she gives to her servants or whatever, it's totally like that she's actually playing a chess game. Like, she named them after a chess piece, like the pawn, the king, and the queen. And it's like, really? Like, I guess you love a chess or whatever, but I'm saying that, but it's like, okay. Alright, that's all I really need to say about this anime, but it's just something that I think I might not need to look at, but because I'm feeling sorry for the devils, but I actually shouldn't. I mean, you go to church, I mean, okay. Whatever. My top 4 down count of the anime review. I have to do this. I'm sorry, you guys. This it's really been like a really bad review. My friend recommended this to me, and I was like, he was just talking about like different parts of the anime, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta see it, because I didn't want the ending to be, I thought the ending was gonna be different than he freaking told me. But this is like the worst anime ever that I can even say. I mean, it has a good storyline until to the middle of the story, and then towards the end of the story what everybody really wanted to see. But the thing of it is, it's messed up. It had my mind blown for like days. And if you guessed it right, I'm talking about School Days. School Days is just a regular anime anybody just look up like on a regular basis if they don't have anything to freaking do. But I might be saying this. I don't know how to say his name like that, but I'ma say his name is Motodakun. I think it's Motodakun, something like that. But he starts out as like the main character of the freaking story. And the only thing he wants to do, I guess, is like he like girls, but he don't know how to get close to one. And I don't know if he's trying to really have a girlfriend or not in the whole freaking story. I think he's just trying to have like a regular life or whatever. But he meets this girl. Well, he meets this girl with the long hair name. It starts with a K. I'm sorry, you guys. But it starts with a K or whatever. But the thing of it is, he fell in love with her first, and I think she was traumatized when she was little or something like that, because when he tried to touch her, she actually like backed away. She don't slapped him a few times. So I guess so when he gets to like the middle of the anime, he be like, well, I just want a girlfriend, but I just don't want one like that, but I also want to do more things to her, like, you know, that kind of stuff to her. So then his friend Sajida-san, she lets him do all the things that he said he wanted to do. So he was like, you know, bump this girl that didn't want me to do anything, I'm finna go with her or whatever. So that's what he did. He actually went with her. And it was like, okay. But then like in the middle of the anime that I was watching, it was like he was messing with like almost like a whole bunch of girls. So they even had a rap about that he don't mess with 9 girls, and then they reduced it down to about like 5 or 4. But it's like, how many did you mess with? And like, come on. Like the girl with the ponytail, it's like she messed with him, but also her friends want to mess with him too, because they want to experience what that feels too, because they don't have no boyfriends, or they did, or they just want to cheat, or they just don't even know. It's like, come on, like, really? But out of all that happened, the girl that starts with the K, she took it down the hardest. But every time when somebody just come up out the blue to her, talking about like, oh, we broke up and all this kind of stuff, she's like, oh, no we didn't, you know what I'm saying? She took it hard, but she didn't take it like hard like that. It's like she just tried to keep her cool. But at the end of the anime, if some of y'all ever watched it, that's what everybody been looking for. Everybody looking for Motodakun to die. Everybody was looking for it, and he did. And she stabbed him I don't know how many times. Like, I was like, come on. But that girl, Sajiro, something like that, whatever her name. I said it right, but you know. But she ended up to be pregnant, and the other girl starts with a K. She told her to go. Well, she told her to tell Motodakun to tell her to go to the hospital and get checked or whatever. But she never went. So after Motodakun died, she came in. She decapitated his head, put his head in the bag. Then called up Seonji-san. Then she called up her, told her to come on the freaking roof. Then she came on the roof, and all of a sudden, she looks in the bag, his head is in the bag, and then all of a sudden she's cut her stomach open just to see what she's pregnant at. But just know, to me, I mean, like, she really did that to play him, but then at the same time, it haven't even been a month yet, so I think she was pregnant, but then at the same time, it wasn't nothing formed there. But you know, that's them. I mean, if you want to check this anime out, just go ahead, but it just had me blown for like days, because it's like, I would never again. Like, my friend was like, oh, you shouldn't watch it, but I was being stupid enough to go watch it, and I was like, why? I mean, this anime still has answers already. I mean, it's just, if he never did what he freaking did, none of this wouldn't really happen. And I always thought the girl with the K, I thought she was gonna be freaking crazy or whatever. But she wasn't. Like, she was crazy, but the other was crazier. Like, she couldn't take a breakup like she did. She went and killed him. Like, come on. But okay, whatever. My top 3 on my list is, I think it's I'm gonna say the Oriental Club. I think it's the Oriental High School Club, if you know what I mean. I mean, it starts out as this girl, and she couldn't go to a girls' school because she didn't have money. So she dressed up as a guy and went to the all-guy rich school, because that's what I think her mother or whatever could afford. So she dressed up as a guy throughout the whole freaking anime until she went into thing called the Oriental Club or whatever. So she went in there and she accidentally broke a vase, so which she has to work for them to work it off. So the thing of it is, so when she worked for them and worked it off or whatever, it's just like everybody thought that she was a boy until they walked in on her while she was dressing, and then they was like, oh, she's a girl. But throughout the whole anime though, it's like she acted like she really liked it, the leader of the group or whatever. But I never thought, you know, it would happen to the end. But the ending was like they was together, but I didn't know they was like together forever. Well, but the anime was quite fun, quite funny, but it's like switch swap as always anyway, including how they like I just like that how they like dress her up as a girl or whatever, like have on them little wigs and all that kind of stuff. It was just cool. But that's the only thing I had to say about that anime or whatever. It's like, oh my goodness, it's just like so cool. Okay, my top 2 on my list is I'm trying to think here that I want to be my top 2 is Kisame Maiden. Kisame Maiden is a, you know, just a regular anime that anybody will freaking watch. It's fun, it's loving, but in the manga the dude turn out just don't like her because how clingy she gets when they become in a like a relationship or whatever. Everything, but I like the story. It was well lined up. I just hate it when she just dislike all the boys. It's like, okay, it might be some boys might do this, but not all of them gonna do this. But it's like, yeah. But pretty much throughout the whole story, she's just trying her best to hide her identity for everybody because she's class president and she yells at everybody like that she's the boss or whatever. But then at the same time, she works as a maid for like a part-time job or whatever because they're poor. They're really poor. But it turns out her and the dude gets together in the end of the story, and that's like on the story. But in the manga, I think it's a whole nother different way. Like he gets mad at her for clinging, for being too clingy or whatever, at the same time or whatever. But the thing of it is, it's like that. It's really like that. And my number 1 anime on this list is Ariana Dango as Boys Over Flowers. It's like my favorite anime and I really like it, and it's really something that everybody needs to go check out if you haven't checked it out already, or if you have, just keep watching it over and over again because that's what it makes you, because it's so loving. Because it starts out as this girl named Shikushi and she's really poor or whatever like that, so she only can get in that school. But they have the boys called the Boys Over Flowers, which is like, I think it's the 4 or 5 boys group or whatever, and they actually really likes her or whatever like that, because they think that she's really cool and she's really all that or whatever. But the thing of it is though, it's just like, it's so sweet, like it's just like really sweet, like the whole anime, like how it's all lined up. And it's like her friend like gets like so like scared of her because how everybody's talking about her or whatever like that, so she only messages her through some kind of little toy that they have. So that's how they message each other, because she don't want to talk to somebody who's getting picked on. But then at the same time, if that's your best friend, I mean, I'll talk to her anyway because that's my best friend. But that's how they want to roll. But actually, Sakushi, like the one person that was in the group, everybody should know. I have plumb forgot his name because it's been a while since I had watched it. But you know, she liked him, but actually he had somebody else that he liked, it, which is his old school friend. Whatever, that she came back down, but all the girls were picking at her, talking about like, oh, you never matched her and all this kind of stuff. But actually, the leader likes her and all this kind of stuff, and it's like so sweet because like, but close to like the ending of the manga, I think if they had the manga out, but like the end of the episode or whatever, even though if anybody have seen it or not, it's like at first I thought like, well, he's getting married to the other girl and not gonna be with her. And I was like, that's just so sad. Like, she just need to go get him or whatever, until a nurse gave her some kind of letter that he supposedly wrote or whatever, but actually I think she wrote it. So she came onto the ship or whatever, and she jumped on the ship just for him, which was very sweet. And then the other girl that he's supposed to be marrying, she put the veil on Shikushi and she jumped off the ship, and then Shikushi is actually marrying him. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, out of all like the family trouble because the mother didn't like him and that like that, until at the end. And then she was like, just let them have a good time. I was like, you really put a difference. But what really made this anime just so sweet, when he said the words that I would give up everything just to live your life. And I was like, oh my god, this is so sweet. But that's my top 5 anime reviews. If y'all like it, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and comment down below, because I want to know, do anybody else like it or not, and if does anybody else like it or not, and if anybody want me to make more videos like that. I mean, I'm supposed to be making a top 10 animated videos, like, I think whenever my friend gets his camera or whatever. But we just gonna be just doing like, just talking about like different kind of animes. Like, I'm just gonna make it like a top 10 like anime or whatever. Like, I can pick 5 and he can pick 5, because I think he done you know, watch more anime than I have. But this is like anime that I just done experienced it like in a few days or like months or so, like, that I have watched or whatever. But please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and comment down below if you want more videos like this. And also, I will resume my Paper Mario gameplay videos, so nobody don't worry about that yet, because I will be coming out there with that soon. But I also want to start another gameplay with my webcam up, and I hope everybody like it, and subscribe to me if you haven't subscribed to me already, and if you want more videos or you want me to do like tutorials, just comment down below. And this is Miss Anime Girl 3 signing out, and I hope everybody enjoyed, and I hope everybody be safe out there.